Das folgende Video wird euch präsentiert von IBM Global Entrepreneur, dem internationalen Startup-Programm für junge Unternehmen mit B2B-Softwarelösungen. Bewerbt euch jetzt und macht mit Big Blue den Planeten smarter. Welcome to Venture TV. Welcome Alex Farcet. Alex, you're the founder of Startup Bootcamp. What is Startup Bootcamp?
We're a 3-month accelerator for startups, so our value proposition is we give them a year of acceleration in 3 months, mostly driven by mentorship. So in the Berlin program, we have 148 mentors. Most of them are serial entrepreneurs, and they share their experience and open up their networks. We give a little bit of pizza money.
Means?
15,000 euros, it's a lot of pizza for 3 months, and free office space and all that support stuff, but mostly it's a mentorship and then the exposure to investors on demo day.
So you give, but what do startups have to give?
Well, we want them to see us as the world's most useful co-founder. So we ask for 8% equity in return.
All right.
We don't take board seats. We don't have preferred shares or anything. We must be a friendly co-founder. And most of that 8% we actually give to our investors who have given us the money to run the program.
All right, all right. Tell us the difference between accelerators and incubators, because some people perceive it as about the same. You know the difference. What is it?
Well, it's a bit of an academic discussion, but an incubator, the old school incubator, was more of a real estate model where I rent a desk, maybe I have some support services like an in-house lawyer, and I stay as long as I want. For me, the analogy of the accelerator is like the rocket booster on the shuttle. It burns very intensely for a short period of time, and then it falls off. And so we're intense, 90 days of boot camp, and then it's done, and then the startups fly and hopefully stay in orbit. You
kick the startups out. Do they still stay in a sort of program then after the 3 months?
Yeah, we give them 3 months free office space during the program, and then another 3 months actually after the program. Many of them, because they're international, go back to their home base, but several stay. So in Berlin, we have quite a few alumni running around in our co-working space.
It's a pretty tough time being an accelerator because there are tons of accelerators out there. Almost every major company has their own accelerator. You're still doing pretty good. What's the difference between all the other accelerators and you?
Well, that's kind of hard to say. We're trying to be in the Ivy League of accelerators. So we have a global ambition. We've got 8 programs running and more coming. We want to build the most useful alumni network and mentor network of accelerators under one brand. And we're just led by entrepreneurs. I mean, it's a startup itself. It's 3.5 years old. And it's a labor of love. We just do nothing else. We just 100% year-round focus on just accelerating startups.
And you are the founder of that Startup Bootcamp. How did you get the idea to start that?
So I'm a born-again entrepreneur. They're born-again Christians, who see the light. I saw the light when both my son and I had cancer within a period of 1 year. And we're okay, but I just basically decided to never wear a suit again. I had worked for a startup in San Francisco at the start of my career, and then I was a corporate guy. And I discovered Techstars, which is a very successful US program in late 2009, and was very inspired. And they were very open source about how they do things, and I just thought I want to do this. This is how I think just the best reason to get out of bed in the morning, helping entrepreneurs be successful.
How does it work so far? Like for yourself, like you give some of the shares you have in the companies, you give them away to your investors. Do you keep some yourself?
Yeah, we have a small cut. It's a long-term project to. As our brand grows, we're getting more sources of funding, whether it's potentially the EU or corporates, and we can self-fund more and more and maybe begin to keep more of the equity. But there's a lot of opportunities around it, so at some point, we may have a follow-on fund. I mean, it's not something we're working on actively now, but yeah, it's a growing thing, and there are more and more opportunities. Yeah.
You started it all in Copenhagen, as far as I know. Why did you come to Berlin? Why Berlin?
So I literally couldn't sleep at night because I thought this was 2012, and I thought someone's going to run an accelerator private accelerator in Berlin, and they'll be first. They're going to grab all the good mentors, and they're going to have a presence. And if we go, we'll just be second. And I just like, I can't let this happen. And so, you know, we just put the family in a car and moved down.
All right. All of the people out there thinking about applying for Startup Bootcamp, how do you do that?
It's easy. It's answer 20-25 questions on the web, startupbootcamp.org. At different times, we have different programs open. Berlin will be open March to May, the applications. So yeah, a few questions online, and then we do some Skype interviews, and then we bring the 20 finalists out of over 400 to Berlin for a 2-day mini boot camp in early July, and then we pick the best 10.
Okay, you just mentioned that there is the Berlin project, but there are also other projects meanwhile. What else is there?
So there's 2 in Amsterdam. There's Amsterdam generic, open, and then there's NFC wireless. There's Berlin, of course, Copenhagen, which is on mobility. It's run by ex-head of R&D at Nokia. There's Eindhoven, which is high-tech. We've done Dublin, digital health. There's Israel, Haifa. And now the program we announced 2 weeks ago is Istanbul, Turkey.
All right.
And more coming.
More coming, yeah. Talking about the vision you have in your head, what's there in your head? What are the plans for the next year?
Global footprint, connected ecosystems in Europe, but in the rest of the world, Africa, Asia, Latin America, and US, why not? And yeah, member of the Ivy League. Just I think there's going to be a washing out of these programs. Many of them are going to disappear for lack of funding, or a lot of the corporates will, you know, move on to the next fashionable thing. But in 10, 20 years, we'll still be around, and we'll just have the most amazing alumni network of entrepreneurs who have been through Startup Bootcamp, who have become mentors or investors themselves. And even the failed ones we're seeing, you know, are failing one year and joining another team the next year, and just building this giant Startup Bootcamp family.
Cool. Well, good luck for that, and thanks for being here, Alex.
Thanks for having me.